tonight.
Is there an ambush waiting in Arizona? I mean, this is going to be interesting to see. You got Justin Herbert, but do you know there are 6 Charger wide receivers, tight ends, and their kick returner who hardly practiced all week because of injuries? And a bunch of them might not be on the active roster. And, of course, they're down to 1 established running back in J.K. Dobbins because Gus Edwards is on IR again. You got Herbert, but do you have enough around Herbert? I mean, if McConkey can't play and Quentin Johnston can't play, and the starting tight end Hayden Hurst can't play because that's part of the group that was all hurt, and Darius Davis, the kick returner, can't play, and he's missed practice, how's Herbert going to cope with this? So that's an item. And the other thing, the guys wearing Arizona Cardinal red, they play really well at home. You got Kyler Murray. You've got Marvin Harrison Jr., who's now cleared concussion protocols, averaging 14 yards per catch. You got Zay Jones, who just came off IR, and he's a fast dart and dash wide receiver. You got veteran tight end Zach Ertz, who catches balls, and you got 1,000-yard, 1,400 all-purpose yard guy in running back James Conner. I don't know, is there an ambush going to happen in Arizona? The other game, that's Baltimore, that's Tampa Bay. Boy, the Ravens, for a team that built its rep, stapled right on the driver's licenses, we play Raven defense. Now suddenly, they're averaging 453 yards a game. Think about that. That's a Harbaugh-led defensive team averaging 453, where Lamar Jackson, Derek Turner, 3 young wide receivers, 2 tight ends led by Mark Andrews. That's a really good offensive team. And then Tampa Bay rolls out on the field, and Baker Mayfield has reinvented himself. He's thrown 15 touchdown passes already this season.
Awesome.
And they got Rashad White, the kid from Arizona State that's pounding the football, and Godwin and Mike Evans have a combined 10 touchdowns already this season. I mean, Baker's playing better in Tampa than Baker played in Cleveland when he was a folk hero. Now he's become a cult hero down there. So that other Monday night game is going to be good. So your thoughts on the Bolts and the Birds, your thoughts on Baltimore versus Tampa?
Well, first of all, it's weird to have 2 games on Monday night.
It's typical of the NFL, though. We're trying creating whatever.
Yeah, we're trying to, when you walked in, we were trying to look at our schedule and what time the game started. You made a list of all the Charger receivers that are out, but who's in? I mean, who can Herbert throw the ball to?
That's a huge question. Some of these guys might be active. Now, how long do they play? Are they anywhere close to 100%? That's a huge issue. Or are they going to pull wide receivers off the taxi squad? Those kids practice, but hardly any of them have played. I mean, they are limping. They've just got so many guys who are hurt that are, I get the injury report every day.
Mm-hmm.
I counted one day, it was Thursday, there were 16 guys who were not on the field, did not practice or were limited. Limited meant they were on the sidelines with the trainer doing stuff, but they were not taking part. Herbert's just got so many problems right now at the skill positions, and he needs McConkey and he needs Quentin Johnston.
Yeah.
So the only reputable guy they have is a guy that's got a calf and a foot injury and he's trying to play through it is Josh Palmer.
Yeah, I was going to think that he was the only name I didn't hear you mention.
Yeah.
But what about the running backs? Are they healthy?
Well, not Gus Edwards. He's on IR. I mean, you got J.K. Dobbins and you got the young kid Vidal who had that touchdown reception last week, the last time they played. That's it.
That's not looking good for the Chargers tonight.
I mean, Justin Herbert can wing it, but can Justin Herbert wing it with whoever's left on the field to be your wide receivers? I think it's going to be a fascinating game to see.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And the other game, I love the whole Baker Mayfield thing, and how, like you say, he's like a cult hero. And it's just the way that he's been portrayed. He was like a hero in Oklahoma, goes to Cleveland. They had those, what was it? Was it State Farm Insurance?
The funky insurance commercials, which were great.
Yeah, and he lived in the stadium and that whole shtick, and it was fun. And Baker Mayfield likes to have fun. And I love when the Rams signed him, and right out of the gate, he was good. So I'm happy a Heisman Trophy guy is living up to his potential in Tampa. But I don't see them beating the Ravens tonight.
This Baltimore team is so different and so explosive and so dangerous. Holy cow. You talk about going into the marketplace and finding a free agent, because at the end of last season, the rap around the NFL, the rumor around the NFL is Derrick Henry's done. He woke up an old man. He's had so many carries. Derrick Henry has had 4 monster games. I'm talking plus 100 yards in one game of 203. He's just pounding it. And then you get Lamar throwing it and Lamar running with it when he wants to. And That offense, 453 yards from a Baltimore Raven team that was known for all defense, no offense.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And when Lamar Jackson came out of Louisville, everyone was hyping him, how good he was. He won the Heisman. And I just never really understood it. I knew he could run and throw, but now we're seeing the whole package.
Well, it's in a whole package complemented by the heavy duty back and complemented by maybe the best group of receivers. They're all young dudes who can fly. And he's not having to do it by himself because he's got that guy back there with him.
Derrick Henry is like a man among boys when he runs down the field.
Well, he gets thrown downhill. Holy cow.
Well, you were comparing him to Eric Dickerson, weren't you?
I thought you compared him to Eric Dickerson, but I mean, we were close.
But or was it Earl Campbell? We were talking about.
I said he was a little bit more Earl Campbell in because Dickerson was tall. Dickerson was a long strider. Henry's not that, but Henry's got brute power in the hole. And if he gets to the next level, your linebackers can't hold this guy. He's so physical.
Well, he's a good guy to root for too. I mean, because he hadn't had a lot of success in Tennessee. So yeah, this will be the fun game. The Arizona Charger game is just going to be kind of weird. We're going to see which team implodes first, basically.
Okay, we get to halftime.